Okay, coronavirus Bible study, Book of Job. Chapter 9, Job replies to his friend Bildad. Indeed, I know that this is true, but how can a mortal be righteous before God? Though one wished to dispute with him, he could not answer him one time out of 1,000. His wisdom is profound, his power is vast. Who has resisted him and come out unscathed? He moves mountains without their knowing it. Wow, I mean, people might realize something if a mountain got moved, but maybe the mountain isn't unaware of it. And overturns them in his anger. Oh, so when something bad happens on the earth, we can blame God, because it says right here, God moves mountains without their knowing it, overturns them in his anger. So God can get angry. Wow, that's something to think about. I thought God was a loving God that never got angry. He shakes the earth from its place and makes its pillars tremble. He speaks to the sun and it does not shine. I thought that was just called a cyclical eclipse that happens all the time, but I guess maybe it's God's fault when we have a cloudy day and, maybe God's feeling a little under the weather. He seals off the lights of the stars. He alone stretches out the heavens and treads on the waves of the sea. That's interesting. I thought I saw God walking on the ocean once, way out at sea. Turned out to be a ship. Maybe it was just like, an little blip. He is the maker of the Bear and Orion. Ooh, I know about Orion. The Pleiades and the constellations of the south. Oh, so he's the one that did the Greek mythology. That makes so much sense. Oh, I knew God was Greek. He performs wonders that cannot be fathomed, miracles that cannot be counted. When he passes me, I cannot see him. When he goes by, I cannot perceive him. If he snatches away, who can stop him? Who can say to him, "What are you doing?" God does not restrain his anger. Even the cohorts of Rahab cowered at his feet. Whoa. You knew who Rahab was, right? Rahab was a prostitute. Not that we have any politicians or anyone in our country that visits prostitutes. We don't have that as a problem in our country. No, we don't. It's against the law to be a prostitute. It's a sin. It's a sin, unless you live in Nevada or you're Dolly Parton. It's a sin. But who's the one sinning? The men? Because usually it's females that are prostitutes. So is it the men or the women? Who's the one sinning? But even the cohorts of Rahab cowered at his feet. How then can I dispute with him? How can I find words to argue with him? Though I were innocent, I could not answer him. I could only plead with my judge for mercy. Wow. Mercy. Mercy me. Some people don't know how to give any mercy whatsoever, but I am a firm believer that mercy triumphs over judgment. Maybe not in the Lane County Courthouse or any other courtrooms or in, our government or anything, but I guess. Definitely not North Korea. Even if I summoned him and he responded, I do not believe he would give me a hearing. He would crush me with a storm and multiply my wounds for no reason. He would not let me regain my breath, but would overwhelm me with misery. If it is a matter of strength, he is mighty. If it is a matter of justice, who will summon him? Even if I were innocent, my mouth would condemn me. If I were blameless, it would pronounce me guilty. Although I am blameless, I have no concern for myself. I despise my own life. It is all the same. That is why I say, he destroys both the blameless and the wicked. When a scourge brings sudden death, he mocks the despair of the innocent. When a land falls into the hands of the wicked, he blindfolds its judges. And that's the fucking truth. If it is not he, then who is it? Oh my God, have I seen some judges with blindfolders on? Like horse blinders. My days are swifter than a runner. They fly away without a glimpse of joy. They skim past like boats of papyrus, like eagles swooping down on their prey. Wow, that's a good... Hey, if you ever get a chance to read Chaucer's Dream Visions, he's got a great dream vision called The House of Fame. That's a mind-blowing trip. Got to learn how to read it in Middle English, though. It has an eagle in it. Great, great story on judgment. But in that story, the judge turns out to be Persephone, a woman. And she's quite wise in the way she judges everybody. If I say, I will forget my complaint, I will change my expression and smile, I still dread all my sufferings, for I know you will not hold me innocent. Since I am already found guilty, why should I struggle in vain? Even if I washed myself with soap and my hands with washing soda. Did you know they had that stuff back then? Wow, soap and washing soda. That's actually, washing soda is pretty good to use. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Even if I washed myself with soap and my hands with washing soda, you would plunge me into a slime pit. So that even my clothes would detest me. Ugh, my clothes don't even like me. I'm too detestable for my clothes. I should take them all off and run around naked. Just not on YouTube. He is not a man like me that I might answer him, that we might confront each other in court. If only there were someone to arbitrate between us, to lay his hand upon us both. Someone to remove God's rod from me, so that his terror would frighten me no more. The person I used to be terrified of is now telling people that he's afraid of me. That's an amazing turn of the tables. God. Then I would speak up without fear of him, but as it now stands with me, I cannot. Well, actually, I can now. I can speak up now, but I couldn't when my kids were little, because how do you tell your children certain things? You can't. And my children, need to blame someone because they didn't ask for any of it. And I didn't either, I guess. But I'm a bad mom, and I guess I'm a horrible, rotten human being. And I can still cook pretty well. That's good. I can still garden and dance and read books, and I'm perfectly fine around children. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep. I'm pretty certain I'm perfectly fine around children. Especially children that aren't disrespectful and abusive themselves. Oh boy, wow. So, life is hard. We go through a lot if you live long enough. Obviously, Job went through a lot in his time. I think if anybody lives to be half a century old, they're probably going to get to see a lot of stuff. I can't wait to get to the story of Lot and his daughters. That's always a fun story too, with Sodom and Gomorrah. I'll cover that eventually too. But right now I'm going to take a break because that's chapter 9. Since we're all going through this suffering, I thought that maybe, this would be encouraging, that there is hope for the future. You don't have to get, locked into the past. You can move forward and then change. Just change. It is possible to change unless you're locked in to a certain pattern of behavior and you can't, or locked into a certain belief system and you don't want to. And that's always something that people have the option of doing as well.